In today's world, large corporations navigate quite a rapidly changing environment. Of course, this is not new. I mean, the whole history of mankind has, pretty much the only constant has been the existence of change. And large corporations are very adapted, very used to transform themselves to act upon this change. And they do have very sophisticated methods and sophisticated tools to be able to adapt to that change. They are very well prepared to identify the need for change, get an idea of what that change should look like, define requirements, hand those requirements over to people that are able to implement those being a new product or a new service or a new technological infrastructure, a new feature in the mobile app. Develop the software required, incorporate that software, or test the software first, incorporate it in production, etc. Now, what feels special about the time we are living is not so much that there is change, but that the pace of change is increasing. There is acceleration. So factors such as the disruptive technologies, new players in the market, digitally native new players in the market, the expectations of the customers themselves from their service providers, even political instability, those forces are really creating an accelerating pace of change. And in that kind of environment, almost non-linear or inflationary type of environment when it comes to change, large corporations are finding that the classical methods and techniques to adapt to that change are not that efficient anymore. The inability to incorporate new information in that changing environment into the change process, the number of handovers or transfers of knowledge and information that need to happen between the people that have in their brains the idea to the people that are able to develop those changes creates a lot of energy and information dissipation that again doesn't help to reach the market with a new product or a new service in time to compete with the rest. And that's the reason why we do see a trend pretty much across geographies and pretty much across sectors to embrace and adopt different ways of changing and adapting. So we do see large corporations changing the way they change. And adapting and this kind of change in one way or the other usually evolves or converges into adopting some sort of agile methodologies. In any case, methods that allow to incorporate this new information, to have everyone developing change very well connected without silos and streamlined, and eventually to be able to develop new products, new services, whatever it is, in a much quicker time to market. Now, what you will find in this newsletter is, first of all, a review of those changing forces and a reflection around this accelerated pace of change, and then the kind of new methods and techniques that some of the large corporations across the globe are adopting in order to react to that acceleration. But you will also find quite a detailed view of the implications that the adoption of those methodologies have, and implications at pretty much all levels, beyond the ways of working and the way change is delivered. You will see implications from an operating model perspective, from a people's perspective, from a financial perspective, even from a location strategy perspective, but of course, and very importantly, from a technological and cultural perspective. Now, at the end of the newsletter, you will be able to see also some lessons learned, some myths or common misinterpretation or misunderstandings of what the embracing of these agile methodologies mean.